Hello, everybody. My name is James Williamson, and I would like to share with you what I would consider to be a very appropriate piece for a high school age student wanting to do solo and ensemble. So this piece that I've picked out, Cantabile e Presto, by George Enescu, is so the first thing that I would look at is this dedication. So I know that this dedication means that this was dedicated to Paul Taffanel, who was a famous French flutist and composer, actually, working in the Paris Conservatoire at the end of the 19th, early 20th century. And I know that a very famous book came out of this time period called Flute Music by French Composers. Um, so knowing that, I also know that there's a long history of having contest pieces at the end of every academic year. The professor from each discipline, each instrument would hire a composer, commission a composer rather, to write a piece that showed off their studio. So each student in the studio would have to play it, and the winner would get um, the first prize and all the accolades that went with it. So coming from that, I know that cantabile presto means probably that there's some sort of form where it's slow singing style cantabile and then presto fast. So there's going to be a lyrical part and then kind of a technical part. So knowing that it's from the book Flute Music by French Composers, it might be a little confusing to see this name, which I know to be a Romanian composer, George Enescu. He's a Romanian composer, but I do know that he taught at the Paris Conservatoire around this time, so it makes sense. So before I even start, looking at, oh, another confusing thing maybe is that this is in Italian, but I know that Italian is the musical language. So cantabile singing style, andante ma non troppo means walking but not tripping, so kind of walk slow but not too slow. Then I look at the key signature. So these are three flats in the key signature. This means that I'm thinking it's either in E flat major, or C minor, which is its relative minor. And then I look at this, which is 4, which means common time. So it's going to be 4 beats per measure. Quarter note gets the beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then just looking through, I'm just looking at expressive markings. Maybe you can, translating some of these um, words. Retenu, hesitant, slowing down, hesitant. Just seeing like, keys are these are accidental notes that are outside of this key signature. Um, expressive markings. So I do only have 4 minutes, and I do want to show you kind of one of these areas where I learned. I came back to this piece kind of as an adult after learning it in high school, and there's this section that I played completely different because I never interpreted the words. So I'm just going to play a little bit of it just from here. So what I didn't know as a high school student is this, presse, which means to move forward. So it's a really cool effect. So I'm going to play it really quick. So 4 minutes goes really quick. I hope that kind of gave you an insight into the way I would look at a piece like this. Thank you very much. Hope you have a good Sunday night.